Alright, let's imagine this together. You've just uploaded your very first YouTube video. You're excited, maybe even a little nervous. And what's the first thing you want to do? Share it with your friends, your family, maybe even your coworkers, because you want them to see your hard work and support you. It feels natural, right? But here's the hard truth I've seen after working with countless people trying to build real income online. This simple action can quietly sabotage your entire channel before it even has a chance to grow. Think about it. Your mom might click on your video out of love, but she probably won't watch more than 30 seconds, especially if it's about crypto, finance, or side hustles she's not interested in. Your friend might hit like because they care about you, not because they actually care about the topic. And YouTube's algorithm, the most advanced AI system in the world, will take that data and assume your video isn't engaging. From there, it starts pushing your content to the wrong people, and your growth slows down for months. I've seen channels with incredible potential get stuck under 1,000 subscribers simply because they polluted their data too early. So if you're serious about building a channel that creates freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, then the very first step is this. Resist the urge to share it with people who aren't your real audience. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Now let me ask you something. Would you rather have 10,000 people casually passing by your video, or 1,000 people who are genuinely excited about what you're saying? Most beginners chase the big number, the view count, because it looks impressive. But here's what I've learned after years of building channels that actually make money. Views don't pay the bills. The right audience does. I once worked with a client who had over 50,000 monthly views. He was frustrated because his ad revenue barely crossed $100. Why? His videos were being shown to the wrong crowd. They clicked, they skimmed, and then they left. Compare that to another client of mine who focused on attracting a niche audience. Busy professionals in their 30s and 40s looking for practical financial tips. With just 10,000 views a month, he was earning over $500. Same number of eyes, but a completely different outcome, simply because the audience was aligned. I want you to picture this. Your content is like a store. Would you rather have 1,000 window shoppers who never buy, or 100 loyal customers who come back again and again? That's the difference between vanity metrics and true financial growth. I want you to imagine YouTube like a teacher testing a new student. When you upload a video, YouTube doesn't just throw it out to millions of random people. Instead, it carefully runs through what I call a 4-phase learning system. First, in the opening 24 to 48 hours, it gives your video to a small test group. It's watching. Are people clicking? Are they staying? Are they engaging? Then, if the signals look good, phase 2 begins. YouTube expands the reach to slightly bigger group, people with similar interests. This is where the algorithm starts asking, okay, who exactly is this video for? Phase 3 is the magic zone. Weeks 3 and 4, YouTube zeroes in on your true fans, the folks who don't just watch but connect, who come back, who subscribe because this is exactly the content they've been searching for. Finally, phase 4 is ongoing. Your video begins appearing next to other successful content in your niche, recommended again and again. That's where organic growth really happens. But here's the warning. If you break this cycle by sending unqualified views or forcing the wrong audience, YouTube's signals get scrambled. And instead of finding your perfect fans, the algorithm wanders in circles and your channel stalls. When it comes to YouTube growth, I always tell my clients this. The numbers don't lie. One of the most powerful signals the algorithm looks at is retention. How long people actually stay with you. If you're creating an 8 to 10 minute video, you should aim for viewers to stick around for at least 35% of it. That's about 3 to 4 minutes. Think about it. If someone is willing to spend that much of their time with you, it tells YouTube your content has real value. The second signal is click-through rate, or CTR. If at least 4% of people who see your video in their feed are clicking, you're on the right track. A strong thumbnail and a clear, intriguing title make all the difference here. But remember, it's not just about the click. Once they're in, you need to deliver on the promise you made. And here's a bonus sign you're hitting the right audience. The comments. Are people asking thoughtful questions about your topic? Are they sharing their own stories related to your niche? When the conversation in your comments matches the subject of your video, you know you're building the right community. That's when YouTube starts rewarding you with even more reach. I want you to think about your YouTube channel the same way you'd think about a retirement account. In finance, we call it compound interest, when small, consistent deposits grow into something massive over time. On YouTube, your videos work exactly the same way. Every upload is like a deposit into your content bank. At first, it might feel slow. You post a video and it gets a handful of views. Then you post another and another. But here's the secret. Those videos don't disappear. They keep working for you day and night, showing up in search, popping up in recommendations, and attracting new viewers while you sleep. I had a client once who told me, "Matt, I thought my first 10 videos were a waste of time." But 6 months later, one of those early uploads suddenly started gaining traction. It pulled in thousands of views, new subscribers, and even sales, months after it went live. Why? Because consistent effort compounds. Each video strengthens the foundation of your channel, and together they create momentum that no single viral video can replace. So the real wealth on YouTube doesn't come from one lucky hit. It comes from steady, patient creation, building assets that keep paying you long after the work is done. One of the biggest shifts that happens when a channel starts to grow is this. Creators stop thinking like entertainers and start thinking like problem solvers. Every single person who clicks on YouTube is looking for something, an answer, a solution, or even just a moment of relief. If your video matches that exact need, you've already won half the battle. That's why optimizing for search intent is so powerful. I want you to picture someone typing into the search bar late at night. How do I save money fast? Or, best way to start a side hustle. If your title speaks directly to that question, if your thumbnail promises a clear outcome, and if your description and tags reinforce the message, YouTube is far more likely to put you in front of that person. I've seen clients double their views just by reworking a headline or making a thumbnail more focused. But here's the key. Don't just copy what others are doing. Look at what's already working in your niche, then add your unique spin. Maybe it's your story, your humor, or your real-life examples. That hook is what turns a casual clicker into a loyal subscriber. I know a lot of creators who feel stuck under 1,000 subscribers for a year or more. They work hard, they upload consistently, but the growth just crawls. And every time I look at their analytics, the story is the same. The data has been polluted from the start. Wrong clicks, short watch times, and a confused algorithm. It's like trying to run a marathon with a heavy backpack. You'll get there eventually, but it will take forever. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine your very first videos are shown to the exact people who need them most. They click because they're curious, they watch because they're engaged, and they subscribe because they want more. That's clean data. And when YouTube sees those signals, it accelerates everything. I've watched new channels climb past 1,000 subscribers in just 3 or 4 months. Not because they were lucky, but because the algorithm clearly understood who their audience was. Here's the truth. YouTube doesn't reward noise, it rewards clarity. The clearer the signals you give it, the faster it can match your content with the right people. And that's when growth stops feeling like a grind and starts feeling like momentum. One of the most freeing realizations I've had about YouTube is this. Your channel isn't just a collection of videos, it's an asset. Like a piece of online real estate that keeps generating value long after you've built it. The secret is to approach it with an automation mindset. Instead of thinking, I need to hustle every single day for views, start asking, how can I set this up so the system works for me? That's where the power of evergreen content and algorithms comes in. A well-made video on a timeless topic, like saving money, building passive income, or simple investing tips, can keep attracting viewers for years. Pair that with YouTube's algorithm, which is constantly testing and recommending, and suddenly you've got a machine working around the clock to bring in the right audience. And when you layer monetization funnels, affiliate products, digital courses, even coaching offers, your channel transforms into a business that runs whether you're awake, asleep, or on vacation. I often tell my clients, don't just think like a creator, think like an investor. Build assets today that will continue to pay you tomorrow. That's how real freedom begins. If there's one lesson I wish every new creator could embrace, it's patience. The temptation to share your video with friends, family, or anyone who will click is so strong, because you want proof that your work matters. But here's the truth I've seen over and over again. Forcing views too early almost always backfires. Those clicks might give you a quick rush of validation, but they confuse the algorithm and slow down your long-term growth. I often tell my clients, YouTube's algorithm is smarter than any of us. It has billions of data points and years of learning built in. It knows how to match your content with the people who will truly care about it. People who will watch longer, subscribe, and come back for more. But it can only do its job if you give it clean, honest signals. That means uploading, stepping back, and letting the system learn. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You don't dig them up every day to see if they've grown. You water them, give them time, and trust the process. And then, almost unexpectedly, one day, you wake up and see growth that feels exponential. That's the power of patience on YouTube. Now, I know what you might be thinking. So, should I never share my videos with anyone I know? The answer is a little more nuanced. There is one exception to this rule. If someone in your personal circle is truly part of your target audience, then yes, it makes sense to share your content with them. For example, if you're running a channel about cryptocurrency and your brother actively trades crypto every day, then he's not just a supportive viewer, he's your ideal viewer. His engagement will actually help the algorithm understand your audience better. But here's the hard truth. Most of the time, less than 5% of the people in your friend list fall into that category. Your college buddy who clicks out of curiosity, your aunt who likes everything you post, your coworker who's just being polite. None of them represent your real market. And when they watch for 20 seconds and drop off, YouTube interprets that as poor quality. So be honest with yourself. Before hitting share, ask, does this person truly match the audience I'm trying to reach? If not, let the algorithm do its work. That discipline now will protect your growth later. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with a simple action plan that can change the way you grow on YouTube. First, resist the urge to blast your video links to everyone you know. Growth comes from the right audience, not just any audience. Next, spend a little extra time on research. Look at the keywords people in your niche are searching for, study what your competitors are doing, and then craft titles and thumbnails that speak directly to those needs. When it comes to the videos themselves, think about structure. The first 30 seconds are critical for hooking attention, and your pacing throughout should keep people engaged long enough to hit that golden 35 to 50% average view duration. After publishing, don't just look at total CTR. Focus on how your videos perform in browse and suggested traffic, because that's where long-term growth really happens. Finally, pay close attention to your comments. Are people asking thoughtful questions or sharing their own experiences in your niche? That's your proof you're attracting the right crowd. Once you see that alignment, double down. Make more of what's working, and watch momentum build. At the end of the day, building real income online isn't about shortcuts or overnight success. It's about consistency, creativity, and using the right tools at the right time. Every small step you take compounds into something much bigger when you stay focused on the process. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start and learn along the way. Now I'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of today's video inspired you the most? Drop a comment below. Let's start a real conversation. And if you found value here, don't forget to hit that like button, share your support, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next strategy. Together, we're not just chasing income, we're creating freedom.